What's up everyone, my name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and for this episode, we are going over the G.I.Joe Classified Series COBRA Commander Retro-Card. And I gotta say this about retro cards, guys, is that I love them. You know, whether it's from Classified Series, Marvel Legends, it's got that nostalgic feel. This is my first retro card though in the Classified Series line. And if you want to see it compared to a regular box, yeah, it's a lot taller and everything, but it got beautiful artwork right there to the side. A clear plastic window showing off the figure, which looks great by the way. Accessories, G.I.Joe Cobra Commander up there, warnings at the top, Cobra enemy and all of that. And when we go to the back, of course, there's barcode, legalities, warnings, and everything. 3 different pictures, I'm guessing, are other figures on the line, as well as a bio of the Cobra Commander done in different languages. G.I. Joe logo up there. But now that we went through the package and everything, let's open it up and check out the figure. Alright, here we got the Retro-Card Cobra Commander outside of the package. We got the accessories right there off to the side, and I'ma say this real quick right off the bat, guys. I love that visor. It's reflective, it's shiny, I could see myself in it. So I love it, but there's stuff about this figure that I really don't like. So I'm gonna get into it, but first let's just get into his height right quick. Right there he stands just a little bit over 6¼ inches. For accessories, he comes with a couple of fists. You guys could see. Ordinary fists, he will need them to punch them Joes. We also got a sort of grabbing hand. And of course the iconic, get him Joes. So there's that. We got also a knife that's got some nice paint to it. Got some sculpt on the hilt. That silver right there at the bottom, as well as the blade. It's very reflective, and it could go on his holster. I mean on his sheath. Sorry guys. There you go. It's a nice fit. Now, we also got an actual holster. And it pegs into the back. There's a peg with a peg hole right there. It works and everything. You know, I'm not going to show it now because it does got some pink detail. There is a tiny Cobra logo right there. Some nice silver for the buttons. And it's meant to hold his handgun right here. Got a nice little red right there for scope or something. I don't know, guys, you know. It looks cool. And it actually fits pretty dang well into the holster. Now let's peg it into his back. There we go. It's a tight fit. But yeah, that looks okay. Now finally, we got a stand. Got a couple of pegs as well as the Cobra logo right there engraved and all of that. It's plastic, guys, and stuff, but whatever. It's meant to hold him up. Going into the Cobra Commander, first off, I'm going to say what I don't like about him. The white stripe up there is a little off center. Yeah, you guys notice that? Yeah, I'm very disappointed with that. That's first of all. Now, although I love that visor, look at it, guys. You could almost see me. But I love it. I love it. But mine's got a weird bubble right there. Right in the front of him. Right in the front of his visor. You know? It's not too noticeable because of how reflective it is. But yeah, you could see it when you get up close. Now for the visor itself, I don't know if that's a wrap or a plastic. Let me just show you right there. But yeah, it seems clear. So I'm thinking it's like a wraparound or something. I mean, that can't be paint, right? Being that reflective. Whatever, it looks good. I will say that. Hopefully your copy, if you get this Cobra Commander, yours don't got no weird bubble like that. Because yeah, that's a bummer. Now when it comes to the rest of the paint, I don't like that. The white right here going into the blue almost seems like it's a gradient. You know, it got a little bit of mist spots and stuff like that, but that gradient look, very distracting. And the fact that it's right there in his front, yeah, rather than the back. If it was in the back, I wouldn't have minded. Now the other paint though, I do like how the black stripes right here are painted. They're pretty well applied. The buttons are pretty well applied. The Cobra logo though, it's a little dull. Let me see if I got the package right here, guys, in order to show you, but yeah, I can't find it, but I will try to put a pic up for it, but it's duller than it shows it in the package. But other than that, it's well applied, you know? It looks okay and everything. The buttons do look nice. That silver right there. His belt. The wrinkles. I like how he looks overall. That visor is awesome. The thing that just bugs me again, guys, is that bubble and the stripe being off-centered. Oh, and also this, guys. Check that out. The reds are a little mismatched, basically. The ones on his thigh is different from right here. Yeah, and that's a bit distracting. It's not as noticeable on this leg because, yeah, the sheath of the knife breaks it up. But over here, you can see it. Yeah, so that's also something that I don't like. But other than that, I like it just because of the shininess of that helmet. And to tell you the truth, watch this. You could kind of fog it up, you know? It got defogged real quick if you want to take some cool cold pictures and stuff like that. I really like the head is what I'm getting at. The blue right there, I will say that when you're posing it around, it might chip off the paint. But the black buttons are painted nicely. Also, that blue is a bit different than the package again, guys. So I still like how it looks though. Even if it's not accurate to the package, I love how it looks. But anyway, let's get into, you know, the articulation. You guys saw it had a double ball peg up there, a ball at the bottom for the neck in order to give him good tilt. If you use both conjuncturally, you will get rotation right there. You will get rotation at the bottom, but I don't want to do it, guys, and everything. Anyway, yeah, tilt, rotation, up using both of them. I would have liked more, but it's understandable considering the helmet. Down, I like that. That does not look bad. Now, when it comes to the shoulders, hold up. It's a little tough, but there we go. Basic T-pose. It does go all the way around, though. Butterfly joints that go back this much and forward this much. But I will say that, yeah, it looks funny. Like a little bit of a block right there for that whole butterfly joint. Yeah, just not the prettiest. Anyway, bicep cut does work. Double jointed pinless elbows that get you great range. That's good, guys. So that works well. Also, I will say that there's like a boot cut right here on the forearm. So I do like that because it's cleverly hidden right there with the glove. So it doesn't detract from the figure or anything like that, but you do get swivel and a hinge. Oh, these trigger fingers are actually vertical hinge, guys. So that's cool for pointing the gun down, pointing the gun up. The other hands are regular hinge, but these are vertical hinge. I wanted to point that out. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, he does have a ab crunch right there at the torso. That gets him forward like this. Back, not much. Yeah, not much. But he does got a ball joint right there at the waist that'll allow him to do his turns and everything, some tilt and stuff, and using that in conjunction with the ab crunch. Yeah. A bit more back and a bit more forward. I do like that. Now for the hips, they are drop down. So they are drop down, and when you drop it down, kick forward. Let's fix his waist right there. That's okay. That's pretty good. He kicks back a little, and I like this, guys. This is like pretty much full on splits with Cobra Commander. So I do like that a lot. Anyway, you get some swivel right there. Die cut that works just fine. Double jointed pinless knees. Hold up, it's a little stuck, guys. There we go. that get you all the range you need. And right here, we got a boot cut, but it's done close to the ankle. And I do like that because, yeah, it doesn't break up the sculpt much, you know? Also, guys, I want to say that the paint right here is a little mismatched from his pants, so that's a little funny looking. Right here's a better example. But anyway, ankles right here go back, not much at all. Forward just a little bit. So you don't get much movement at all. You do get pivot though. That works just fine. So I do like the articulation, guys. I love that visor. Some of the paint applications to it does bug me though. So I will say that. But anyway, now that we went through the figure, let's do some comparisons with him. And our first comparison will be with the G.I. Joes. Right there to the left is Duke. Next to him is Clutch. And over to the right is Roadblock. Now Roadblock obviously is the tallest one out of all, but all of them are taller than this Retro-Card Cobra Commander. And I don't mind that much, guys. You know, he's Cobra, they're the Joes. They're supposed to be a little bit overpowering. And this comparison is just for fun, guys. I got him sized up with a couple of different body types in Marvel Legends. Right there to the left is Wolverine from the VHS X-Men animated series. Right there we got the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, and all the way to the right we got the Cyclops from the VHS X-Men animated series. Now, sized up with them, I don't mind it at all. He falls somewhere in between Spider-Man and Cyclops, and I think that's an appropriate height for Cobra Commander. And over here we got him alongside some Cobra figures with the Red Ninja to the left, Televiper next to him, and all the way to the right is the Cobra Arctic Bat. Now the Arctic Bat is the tallest one out of all, but these three are way too similar in height. I mean, they're practically the same. Red Ninja is a little bit shorter, but not by much. And our next couple of comparisons will be with some vehicles. Now guys, I am aware that, you know, this is the Vamp. It's not for the Cobras, it's for the Joes. And I do got the Stinger. I just haven't gotten around to opening it and reviewing it. So when that does drop, expect a proper comparison with this Cobra Commander. But in the meantime, the Vamp is all open and assembled, and you know, the Vamp and the Stinger are pretty much reused. So he does look good in front of it. Let's see how he looks like inside of it. And here he is inside of the Vamp, and as expected, guys, he looks good. I mean, why wouldn't he look good? You know, the Vamp is made for this line. And it just makes me a whole lot more anxious to see how he looks like inside of the Stinger. And over here we got him side by side with a proper Cobra vehicle in the Trouble Bubble. Now, standing right along it, he looks good. Let's see how he looks like inside of it. And here he is inside of the Trouble Bubble, and I will say, guys, that if you got this vehicle and you got this Cobra Commander, there's a lot of cool pics to be had, a lot of fun to be had. And although he looks good, I do want to point out that the seatbelt and him, yeah, you could tell this vehicle is not made for him. There's a lot of space with him and the seatbelt, but it's really not that noticeable, especially when you put it in different poses. And our final comparison will have to be with himself. Right there we got the Supreme Cobra Commander against the Retro-Card Cobra Commander. Now their heights are pretty much the same, and I like that, guys. You know, it shows a little bit of continuity. There's obvious differences, not to mention, you know, the whole outfit. This one is pinned, this one is pinless, but what I wanted to discuss most was the mask. The helmet also, this one is pretty much straight, this one is not. So this one gains a point for that, but the visor totally goes for this. I mean, check out the reflectiveness on this when compared to this. Yeah, way different. I mean, I love it, guys. I love how that whole mask thing came out and everything. And he will be my Cobra Commander on my display shelf. So in conclusion, it's obvious I love this figure, guys. I mean, I do got problems with it, but they basically stem from the paint applications, and that could be a problem just with my figure, not necessarily with others. That line on top of the helmet not being in the middle, the bubble on the mask, it just sticks out too much for me. But I do love it. That reflection on the mask is beautiful. The articulation is well enough. and I would recommend this figure to any G.I. Joe fan. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know what you think about him down in the comments. My name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and I'll check you guys on the next episode. Peace.